What's going on, everybody? C4 here today, and we're bringing episode 20 of the Fifth Down. For those who don't know what the Fifth Down is, I started it back last season. It's kind of where I look at a topical trending issue or trending question that I get asked consistently about the Philadelphia Eagles, and I make it in a video that's a little bit different than, like, to say, the post grades where I'm high on emotions and stuff like that. I'm just kind of being more of a homer than trying to be a more composed, realistic version of a Philadelphia Eagle fan. And now that we're sitting at 5-1, coming off a massive victory against the Carolina Panthers and the refs in primetime on Thursday Night Football, we're sitting at 5-1. And plenty of people have asked me, I think I've got asked at least a dozen times, what are the Philadelphia Eagles' final records going to look like? Do you have any updated season predictions and stuff like that? So I figure this is going to be the time and place to do it. And I will say two things. First thing, it is really, really tough to assume that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to stay healthy or they're going to get everyone back and not lose anybody. When you're doing future predictions, you got to kind of like throw in some wild cards here and there, games that are 50-50, maybe give them against the Eagles because you just don't know what injuries. Like, for example, we play the Bears and Seahawks. We may be, just for knock on wood, I'm not even going to jinx it, we're going to say Nick Foles. If Nick Foles was our starter, here's a workaround. If Nick Foles was our starter somehow, and he was out versus the Bears, you'd think 9 times out of 10, this Eagles team right now at 100% would beat the Bears. But because we're missing Nick Foles, we might lose that one. And then you look at Seattle, you think that's maybe a little bit better, that we might lose. But, the Seahawks don't have Russell Wilson. We have Nick Foles back, so we're the stronger team. So it's really tough to do these predictions now, not knowing the health of certain teams. So I'm going to try to throw in some wild cards there to kind of beef up the losses. I will also say that in every game, even if I say that it's a loss, I firmly believe that this Philadelphia Eagles team can go 15-1 if everything falls into place. And obviously, a lot of teams can win a lot of games if everything falls into place. But this Philadelphia Eagles team right now can get everyone back and stay healthy for the remainder of the season. There is not one matchup that the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm going to say, they can't win that game. They're not going to be able, like, how can they possibly win that game? The way they're playing right now, if they stay healthy, 15-1, I'm not going to say that's a probability. There's a very unlikely chance that that happens. But if everything falls into place, this team can create magic and can finish 15-1, which, 2004, we were 14-2? That was the best record I've ever seen as an Eagle fan. But without further ado, jumping in to the predictions. So we're 5-1. And then week 7, we are playing on Monday night. Finally, an intriguing primetime matchup. I'm recording this as the Colts are taking on the Titans. Why? Why is that game in primetime? Sunday night's primetime game this week was the Giants and Broncos. Oh, like, they need to have flex scheduling after week 4 once you know what teams are good and bad. Thankfully, not even trying to sound like a homer, the Philadelphia Eagles played the Carolina Panthers on Thursday, 2 4-1 teams. That was actually a good primetime matchup. And there's been, my math sucks, but there's been 6, 12, 18 primetime games this year featuring Thursday, Sunday night, Monday, maybe 17 because there's 2 games on Monday. There's been 3 or 4 good ones. It's been really bad scheduling from the league so far. But luckily, I do think that for even unbiased fans, if you're calling them as a neutral, the Eagles vs. Redskins is an intriguing matchup. So what do I think about that game? I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win that game and move to 6-1. Why do I think they're going to win that game? First of all, it's unpredictable. It's absolutely unpredictable. Right now, you see the Redskins barely beat the San Francisco 49ers. So you would say this Eagles team riding all that momentum should crush them. But anytime there's an NFC matchup, especially in the NFC East, it's unpredictable. If you told me 1 minute after the game that the Redskins won that game, I'd be like, yeah, you know what? The Eagles didn't come to play. The Redskins are a good team. That's what happens. But when you look at the Redskins, they're missing Josh Norman. They're missing their best player. I do firmly believe that Josh Norman is the best player on the Washington Redskins on either side of the football. That is a massive loss. I know Breland got nicked up. There's plenty of guys hurt on their defense right now. They're not 100%, which makes me lead to believe that the Philadelphia Eagles are good. It's not going to be a hurting, but it's going to be, I think, somewhat comfortable, where we beat them 30-17, even though the game was a lot closer than 30-17. I think very similar scoreline here against a not healthy Redskin team. You look at the Redskins right now. I mean, like I said, they're nowhere near as healthy as they were week 1, which is not the case for a lot of teams. But when you look at their offense, when you watch that game as a Philadelphia Eagle fan, you saw that Kirk Cousins didn't have chemistry with Terrell Pryor yet. And you're thinking maybe by week 7 they have that chemistry and that could be a problem. It's not a chemistry. I have Terrell Pryor on my fantasy football team. I'm trying to watch how he's playing with the Redskins, and it's not been good at all. So I don't see there's really any way that the Redskins could win this game unless the Philadelphia Eagles let them win that game. I guess does that make sense? Like the Philadelphia Eagles right now, there's no excuse that they should lose to a banged up Redskin team. But if the Eagles keep them in the game by not finishing drives, the Redskins still have talent. They still have Kirk Cousins and company that can, you know, shock the world, if you will. But I think firmly the Philadelphia Eagles win this game, move to 6-1. Week 8, we take on the 49ers. They're coming to Lincoln Financial Field. That's a win, 7-1. The 49ers have played, you know, they're a impressive 0-, what are they, 0-5? 0-6 right now. Impressive is the way to put it. They're 0-5, right? They had a bye. So they lost their 5 games with less than 3 points in every single game. So that, you know, they play you tough. And this is more so, could they shock the Philadelphia Eagles? Could this be a little bit of a trap game? Perhaps. But I think if the Philadelphia Eagles have ambitions of being a legit playoff contender, you know, healthy team, this is a team you have to beat. You simply have to beat the 49ers. I don't really see a way, especially being at home, that we can lose that one. So moving to week number 9, we have the Denver Broncos coming to town. And in this one, I'm saying the Eagles are winning. 8-1 on the year. Going against the Broncos, you know how you beat the Denver Broncos? You look at their team. You beat the Denver Broncos the same way the Giants beat the Denver Broncos in primetime. You stop the run. You make it so C.J. Anderson, Jamal Charles can't do anything and make Simeon have to throw the ball a bunch of times. And that's what the Giants did. The worst team probably right now in the NFL, the Giants, were able to beat the Denver Broncos by stopping the run and controlling the line of scrimmage. And that is 100% what the Philadelphia Eagles can do. Through 6 weeks, I don't think it's that bold to say the Philadelphia Eagles have the #1 rush defense in this league. Denver doesn't have the offensive line. They don't have the run game to be able to control that line of scrimmage, to be able to move the ball on the ground against this Philadelphia Eagles front 7. So because of that and how well the Eagles are playing and how the Broncos don't really look like a scary threat this year, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win that one, and kind of, not really an upset, but very much in the same line of the Panthers. Beating the Broncos gives, you know, a little bit more confidence, like, oh my God, this Eagles team's legit. It adds a little bit more respect on our damn name as we head into week 10 by 8-1. So coming out the bye, week 11 in primetime, we take on the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. And now this one here pains me to say, and I have to refer before I say anything about this game, I firmly believe the Eagles can go 15-1 if everything stays the course right now. I'm going to say we're going to lose this one in primetime. All eyes on us. No Ezekiel Elliott for the Cowboys. You know why? Just because I'm trying to go off of last year. We started out incredibly hot last year. We dominate the Pittsburgh Steelers. Everyone was like, "Is this Eagles? What is this Eagles team?" And then we had the bye. We had the bye week 4, and then the team looked so flat week 5. So I'm going on the reputation of what we know as Doug Pearce, the head coach, and we know right now with only one season that his team played incredibly flat and just severely underperformed after the bye week. Dallas is gonna plan and play for. You know, everything is going the Eagles' way in this point. You're like, all right, we had the week of bye to prep. No Ezekiel Elliott. The Cowboys are probably, you'll dropped a game or 2 without Ezekiel Elliott in the lineup. So we're like, this is gonna be it, man. Prime time. We have to showcase. We have to put hurting on Dallas. I have a bad feeling about this. I firmly believe this here is the trap game, because this is going to be the game on social media. All the Eagle fans are going to be talking shit. They're going to be talking shit to Cowboys. They're going to say, finally, we get to show you the best team is. And I just see us throwing up a stinker here. So I am painfully going to give this one a loss here in week 11. So the Eagles move to 8-2. Week 12, we host the Chicago Bears. That's going to be a win, 9-2. Look at the Bears, you know, young QB. They're a decent team, kind of in the mold of the Niners. You know, they're not really considered a threat too much. I don't think too many people think they're a threat, even Bears fans. But they have the team that if you sleep on them, they can smack you in the mouth and squeak away with the victory. I just feel that because we're home, because we probably are coming off well, not probably, we may be coming off an embarrassing loss to Dallas in primetime. The team's going to be hungry, ready to prove themselves against a young rookie QB, so I'm going to give us the win in that one. Then week 13, we go to Seattle. I'm going to say this is a loss just because Seahawks have been kind of like the Cardinals, whereas, you know, they had the Philadelphia Eagles number. I don't know what it is. I think this Eagles team should, you know, looking at the rosters, looking at how the teams are built, this Philly team should be able to beat the Seahawks. I think they may actually, you know, maybe because Seattle's home, they'll give them the edge, and as far as like betting is and stuff like that, they'll be the favorites. But this is gonna be a close matchup. It's in primetime as well. It's on 8:30. Finally, the Eagles are getting some damn primetime games. But I'm just gonna throw this one up as a loss. I'm not gonna win them all, and this is gonna be a tricky game going all the way to Seattle. But I firmly believe, like I said, it's gonna be competitive, and Philly could win that game. But for the sake of this video, 9-3 at this point. Then hopefully we stay out on the West Coast. We don't come home on the week 14, the 10th. We play the LA Rams in LA. I'm saying this is a loss. This is going to be a painful loss. Another one. I see right now all the Philadelphia Eagles losses are going to be games that we're going to be super edgy, super hostile on social media, because we already had the Dallas one, and then this one here's the Rams. This is Goff versus Wentz. Goff is looking good, looking like a new man under McVay, the new head coach there. I just think that I think Rams are a sleeper, man. I think the Rams are a really good team. I think the Rams could very well win that NFC West. And like I said, I don't feel, I'm not gonna lie, this is 100% a buffer game. I looked at the Philadelphia Eagles record, and I have an idea of how many losses, and I was like, okay, we need to add a loss somewhere, and they could very well lose this one to a very competitive Rams team. So that is unfortunate. So yeah, we're sitting at 9-4 now. Going to week 15, we go to the Giants. That's a win. Philadelphia beats the Giants. We own the Giants. We absolutely own the Giants. The Giants are going to be missing plenty of weapons in this game. No Brandon Marcel. No. But this way, the Giants have only ever been able to stay in games or beat the Eagles because of Odell's explosive plays. They don't have that. Eagles are going to be, coming off 2 back-to-back losses. They're going to be putting on hurting on the Giants. That's going to be an absolute massacre. So we're moving to 10-4. Week 16 on Christmas Day, night game. We play the Raiders coming to Lincoln Financial Field. Don't think there's a chance in hell we lose. The Raiders have been incredibly underwhelming. I know they just got Navarro Bowman, but still, they are not really built to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Unless Derek Carr somehow has a revelation and turns it around, I think this is going to be a very winnable game for the Philadelphia Eagles. And if not, this is the game that with the Rams in particular, I think Philly's going to win. They're going to go 1-1 against the Rams and Raiders. I'm just not sure what the order is. So we're going to say we take the win at Oakland, so we're 11-4. And then week 17, we host the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm going to say we're going to lose that one the exact same way that Dallas lost to us in Tony Romo's last game. I think at this point at 11-4, we have the NFC locked up. We're going to be playing our backups, and we'll give Cowboys a bone. That's going to suck, though, because the Dallas is like, well, we beat you guys twice. Even though our team's trash right now, we're sitting in the basement covered in dust. We beat you twice, and that's going to kind of suck. But I think week 17, we have everything locked up by then, and that's when you rest your Carson Wentz's, you rest your Fletcher Cox, you rest your Jordan Hicks. I think it's going to be a really undermanned Eagles team. That's going to be a Cowboys team with Zeke Elliott finally back, trying to end the season on a high note. So we'll give them the loss there, as painful it is to say that Dallas sweeps us in the year. 11-5 NFC East winners. I think they will be the number 2 seed in the NFC. So we get that first round bye. That is how I think the Philadelphia Eagles season is going to play out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Give me your game-by-game predictions if you want. That's cool. This is your first time stopping by. Don't be afraid of that subscribe button. And until next time, it's C4 saying fly, Eagles fly. Peace out.